Today I'll be breaking down a car customization video that I did for RAB Motors. This is how it turned out. For those who haven't seen the video yet, the link is in the description below. You can watch that before watching this video. Since it was a car customization video, I wanted to show the before and after versions of the car. So I had to take some before shots of the car entering the garage, followed by the custom works being done on the car, and finally a few running shots of the final car and a few detailed B-roll shots. For this particular car, the custom works consisted of fitting of the skirtings, paint correction, wash of the car, and finally buff polish of the car. So therefore I had to show each step of the process with the before and after versions of the car. Every step of this process happened in different locations, starting from paint correction at a different location, followed by the wash at the washing bay, and then the buff polish at the detailing bay. And apart from this, we had a straight stretch of road where we planned to shoot the running shots of the car, and a spot where we would be shooting the final static shots of the car. Luckily, all these locations were quite nearby, so it wasn't a hassle. For gear, I used the Panasonic GH5 with the Leica 12-60 lens, with my own DIY Pro-Mist filter attached to the lens. For those of you who haven't seen the video where I detail about how I made my own DIY Pro-Mist filter, the link would be in the description below. I also used an ND filter for the outdoor running shots since it was sunny outside and I wanted to shoot at a lower f-stop to get that bokeh in the background. And also I used the Ronin S as a gimbal mainly for the running shots of the car, and also a tripod. So the first scene was the before shots of the car entering the garage. I took some wide establishing shots with the GH5 attached to the tripod, and a few parallax shots as well. For these shots I used the lens at 12mm, which was a 24mm full frame equivalent focal length. Now for the paint correction scene, I went with the same setup, that is the GH5 attached to the tripod, mainly because it was a congested area, and also I didn't have much time to set up the gimbal to take the shots. I primarily shot in the 50 to 80mm equivalent full frame focal lengths for this scene. Even if you don't have any kind of internal stabilization in your camera or a gimbal, you can still use a tripod to stabilize your footages. For the washing scene, I again used the same setup for the wide shots, but for the few close-up shots I went full handheld. Then after that, for the buff polish shots I went full handheld, just enabling the internal stabilization on the GH5 on the camera, just because I needed to take as much shots as possible in a very short period of time. I used the lights that were already present in the detailing bay and shot against it, just to give that dramatic look to the image. Then I took the final running shots of the car using a gimbal and basically hanging out of a car that was in front of the subject car. Here I used the ND filter because I wanted a little bokeh in the background. And then finally I shot the static car shots, mainly with the gimbal. There were a few wide shots of the car as well as a few detailed close-up shots. So here what I tried to do was I mimicked the same shots that were shot in the before scene, and I tried to do the same movements or same framing of the shots in the after shots as well. This way I could seamlessly show the transition between the before and after shots, and also to make the video a little more interesting. So I really hope you guys got some value out of this video. Do subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.